So we are back on the Mana Symbol channel with a little bit of Modern. We're going to play Esper Inversion. This is a first in a series of decks that I'm going to call I Can't Believe It's Not Ad Nauseam. As you all know, Simian Spirit Guide was banned in the most recent banned and restricted announcement for Modern. So one of the poor casualties of that BNR was the classic Ad Nauseam deck that has been a staple of Modern for about as long as I've come back to it, at least 3 years, probably more than that. And the biggest problem with losing Simian Spirit Guide is both of their ways to win the game involved drawing their entire library with Ad Nauseam in a way to cheat your life total so that you could draw as many cards as you wanted without dying, even though your life total would go to negative like 60. Within the single turn, then using Simian Spirit Guides to cast either Lightning Storm or Thassa's Oracle. We've played this deck on the channel before, and I had some good success with it. One of the most wonderful Magic players I've ever gotten to meet. That was their pet deck, and it's sadly no more. At least in its previous state. However, this is one version, and I do have the other version loaded up, which I have titled Totally Not Ad Nauseam. So this deck and that deck were in the 5.0 dump from this, the first Modern 5.0 League dump since that banned and restricted announcement. So what is this deck and what's it trying to do? Well, we are using some similar tools. So we've got Angel's Grace, we've got Phyrexian Unlife, we've got Spoils of the Vault. We do not have any copies of Ad Nauseam, and what we're going to do is try to win with Thassa's Oracle. But the included extra way to try to win Thassa's Oracle is Inverter of Truth. We also have extra win conditions in Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. So both Thassa's Oracle and Jace, Wielder of Mysteries reward us for getting rid of our entire library. One of the ways we can do that is by having a very small graveyard, or no graveyard at all, and playing Inverter of Truth, which switches our graveyard and our library. So our library goes into exile, face down, and our graveyard becomes our new library. If it's small enough, we can win the game with Thassa's Oracle or Jace immediately. If it's a little larger, we need to stretch out the game further. Or, using Phyrexian Unlife and Angel's Grace, we can cast Spoils of the Vault, choose a card name that is not in our deck, and go through the entire thing, remove the entire deck from the game, and then either Thassa's Oracle or Jace will win us the game. So as with Ad Nauseam, we are trying to get up to a point of 5, 6, 7, 8 mana to go off in a single turn. We can do it as little as 4 mana. So if we have 2 copies of Spoils of the Vault in our hand and 5 mana, we can Spoils for Thassa's Oracle and then Spoils the rest of our deck, but we still need an Angel's Grace, so it's actually 5. So you either need Angel's Grace plus Spoils plus Thassa's Oracle, or Angel's Grace plus 2 Spoils and then 5 mana on that version. So there's a few different ways we can win the game with that, but they're generally similar. Being a spell-based combo, there's all sorts of things that we are not vulnerable to, but one of the things we are vulnerable to is counter magic. To that end, we have 2 copies of Teferi Time Raveler in alignment with the very aggro metagame we're dealing with right now. I think the reason they have 2 copies of Gideon the Trials is that. We have Wishclaw Talisman to try to help us smooth out problems of not having our combo pieces. We've got Pentad Prism and some Talismans to help catapult our mana, Serum Visions to smooth out our draws, and then our sideboard has all sorts of crazy stuff to deal with the format in general. We've got Wall of Shards, so this is 1 and a white, Defender flying 1/8, cumulative upkeep, an opponent gains 1 life, which is obviously irrelevant to us. It's a snow creature. So this can help us in lots of aggro matchups, most of them. We've got a copy of Solemnity, so we can team up Solemnity and Phyrexian Unlife so that we will never die. And with a Phyrexian Unlife in play already, we can Spoils of the Vault for the Solemnity to lock out plenty of aggro decks. Pact of Negation to deal with control, Veil of Summer to deal with control, some Engineered Explosives for permanents, and some Damping Sphere for opposing combo decks that are trying to storm off. So with all of that out of the way,
meanwhile,
let's to a Modern League and get going with the good stuff. As Horny Vegan commented, that is a thick wall. It's a 1/8. That wall got the booty. I'm not gonna lie. I like my walls with booty. You guys ever seen Wall of Stone? What's the, it's just flavor? There's been a lot of printings. Wall of text. Well, it's because it has no abilities, right? It's just an 08. So back in the day, if a card had no abilities, they would just fill the text box with flavor text. It was kind of great. What is the... Shit. Mirrodin had an elemental for red, and I'm trying to remember what it was called because it had a great piece of art. It looks like a wall, but it's not. It's like an elemental that's made out of like phalanxes. Oh, okay, right off the bat, we got some squatchy faction in the house, Crush this noob. We did last time. We didn't crush them. We did win, though. Last time they were on Bant Stoneblade. Our mana's not great here, but we've got a Teferi and an Unlife and a Thassa's Oracle, so I'm hoping it all smooths out. Opponent is on some kind of Luris deck. Hopefully we'll be able to muddle through. Yeah, War Elemental. That's the one I want. That is a really bad card. That is colossally poor. It's not good. Ooh, they're playing some kind of Luris control deck. Okay. Well, we've already got 2/3 of a combo kill going here. In 2 different ways, actually, which is kind of neat. Oh, sure. That is fun. Unless they have a Force of Negation, that won't be as much fun. Oops. There we go. Nice. Yoink. Ooh, we're playing Shelldock Isle. Oh, so if I put an Oracle under here, I can cast it if I ever mill out my library? Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Let's put an Oracle under there right now. Any order of these guys? All right, cool. Stream rating change for today. I use it PG-13. I don't know. What do you mean? Why is that a thing? Is that a thing? Is there a stream rating? I assume our stream rating was always, this is the internet and anything can happen. Kids in chat. No, Foster is not a child. We treat Foster like an adult. I'd like to think that we do. Okay, so Squatchy still on Grixis control with Luris in the sideboard. So some amount of counter magic, some amount of burn, and some amount of well, if it bothers Foster as an adult when you swear, then I would recommend you don't do that, because as a human being that you should respect, you know, then their feelings are valid, whatever those feelings may be, you know? So. Oh, sure. I mean, It can mean a lot of things, right? Like, I just don't know what you want it to mean. Counter target spell, draw a card. Sure. All right. PG-13 also limits the amount of violence on here, which I'm playing Ad Nauseam with the horror show right here, so I don't know. You can swear if you want to. I mean, it's on you, buddy. Okay, calm. My opponent knows the correct strategy of limit my mana as much as possible. We've already lost 2 talismans. We're now losing a Pentad Prism and a card from our hand. Probably casting one of these Thassa's Oracles this turn in an effort to find some more lands. Also to, quote, stonewall their Snapcaster Mage, although I can't actually see. Nah, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I thought it was going to give me the option of top-bottom. I chose exactly the wrong spell. All right, haven't played with Thassa's Oracle in a while, so... Also, my opponent is being inconveniently disruptive and has 6 cards in hand, so we're not doing great. Sure. You got him. Yeah, PG-13 means you can drop an F-bomb once. That's right. No Eldrazi Temple? I'm so confused. No Eldrazi Temple? No Eldrazi Temple. In the list. What, for the inverter? I don't know, our color requirements are already so sketchy, though. You don't think so? It shaves an entire turn off. Well, that's only one of the ways we can win, though. So, I disagree with your premise. It shaves the turn off one way we can win. It totally denies us multiple other ways we could win. Drown in the lock. Yeah, we're we're not going to do so well this game. Lightning bolt. Okay, we're just dead. Super. Awesome. So basically, we just died to Blue Moon there, which is not surprising. However, this should get a lot better with 4 Veil of Summers. Definitely don't need Gideons. Unlife feels like it would be okay. Cut. There was also a push. And I would assume some amount of targeted discard is coming out. We are trying to make Ad Nauseam work. Christ love you. If you check out the stream title, I would say this is a fair approximation of what an Ad Nauseam deck would look like now, even though it's not playing the card Ad Nauseam. The other Ad Nauseam deck I do have loaded up does in fact play the card Ad Nauseam and is similar in concept to this. Just making Ad Nauseam work without... Well, we don't know that it's bad. I mean, 2 of these decks 5-0'd. There are other archetypes, in fact, that didn't have a 5-0 showing. So, I would not dare to call anything bad right now with the metagame so heavily in flux. Impact sucks. No, I think there's just a lot of Lava Darts right now. There were a lot of red decks and a lot of mid-range. There was just a lot of like mid-range piles, like Jund in multiple versions, Abzan, Grixis, just like a bunch of decks that are like piles of like disruption and removal. Yeah, this hand is pretty good. If we find If we find a Spoils of the Vault, which I guess I can do with Wishclaw, then we're like good to go pretty quickly. I would like to find an Ad Nauseam relatively quickly, but... Or not an Ad Nauseam, a Veil of Summer. Bogles is bad too. Yeah, maybe? Alright, none of this is good here. So I guess I'll put this underneath. Fast land I don't need. Bogles actually had a pretty good showing during the end of the Valky era, which is crazy to me. The Saturday Challenge had 2 Bogles list in the top 32, which is just like, that's like an insanely good showing for that deck. Actually, let's play Talisman. Talisman, oh god. They've got Spell Pierce. Or they're just F6 equity, but I'm assuming they have Spell Pierce. Ceremonious Rejection, wild. So they're packed up against E-Tron and Greentron. Good for them. Sure. You may cast your Peak. Force? No force. Okay. Sure. Tron's best days are behind them? Well, I don't know about that. I feel like Tron is one of those decks you just never count him out. Their proactive plan is just so obnoxious. Like, never count Tron out. We have no idea what this metagame is going to look like. We know that the earliest stages of it look very populated with aggro and proven mid-range strategies, which are just piles of value cards, but that's not surprising in any way. So, don't count him out. That's what all I'd say. Right. Like, you know the best time to play Dredge is when everyone says Dredge can't possibly be good in this metagame. That's the best time to play Dredge. Just when people almost forget that Dredge is an archetype. Actually, no, I'll play the second Unlife next turn. Deck is not being super helpful here, though. Sure. I really wish we had found a copy of Veil of Summer by now. I put in 4 of them. It's okay. Grixis Control is almost... I would have to think one of the best possible decks against us. Because they have... discard and counter split. Could that trigger landfall? Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes, it could. The more important part about the card is, yes, you can put a land at instant speed. It's Logic Knot? No, it's Cryptic. Okay. Yes. Literally what that ability says is you may play this card without playing its mana cost if the library has 20 or 50. So there's no timing restriction on that. So it just says you can do this thing right now. You may do thing. If you wish to do thing, you may do thing. I don't think there's any one card I can draw here that gets me out of this. I think we're dead. It sounds fishy. It's not. It's like Bring to Light. You've missed incremental value in so many games of Cube. I'm not sure how, but that's a shame. Okay. You knew what my last card was. Here comes Luris. Now they've got a draw engine. Nope. I would really like to concede this, but... Oh, sure. Yeah, I get it. But, like... If value fits the definition of value, it must at least be incremental, right? So I'm not sure that that's... I don't know what you're saying with it, but... I mean, it's fine, but I just... Maybe this one. Because right now, we could... So I guess if I top deck Spoils now... I have a Jace under here, and if the Jace resolved, I could win. But I can't resolve anything in this game anymore. Okay, they're gonna do some damage here or something. And bounce my Unlife. Sure. But yeah, Cryptic Command my Unlife, sure. Okay. Oh, Cling to Dust. They're escaping. Incremental as in marginal. Sure. Got it. So while Grixis control is normally poor by token of attacking on too many axes and not actually attacking on any one axis well enough to win the game, this is one of those games where we are super, super dead to it. Unfortunate, but we continue. Drawing 0 copies of your important sideboard card is problematic. What up, Gabe Sprout? We looked at the land thing. A player can't play a land for any reason if it isn't their turn. Ignore any part of effect that instructs the player to do so. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. I did look at the Prized Amalgam deck list, or Dredgeless Dredge, as we used to refer to it. I mean, I'm not interested in playing Dredgeless Dredge because I'm not interested in playing Dredge in general. But, I mean, it looks probably about as reasonable as that deck has ever been. Like, if you get the good draws, you can win. And if you don't, you will lose. Yeah. That was not a good hand. This is a much better hand. This is... Okay, so we're missing white mana entirely. So I think I'll bottom Angel's Grace. Oh, no, I mean, thank you. To be fair, I didn't take a good look at it. If you send it again, I'll try to take a better look at it. I just... oh, no. It's probably Mill. We're probably against Mill, which would be really funny. And there's the white mana I needed. So Inverter, not useful once my deck is small enough. Jace, on the other hand, very much useful. I hope it's the mirror match. Ad Nauseam mirror matches are really, really funny. No, it's Mill. Okay. Ad Nauseam mirror matches in paper are one of those things that, as a judge, I try to walk away from. I have no interest in trying to figure out where the gratuitous misplay or misinteraction was until I'm called to investigate it. So we can win on turn 4. We'll play Unlife on 3, and then we have Spoils Oracle on 4. Opponent has now seen our Inverter. I guess if they surgical Thassa's Oracle before then, we'll be in trouble. But if we have Phyrexian Unlife in play, we can spoils for an Inverter to reset our deck against the mill deck. So that's kind of funny. Okay. Okay, we haven't lost an Oracle yet. And we have a Jace under our Shelldock Isle for now, although they have a Field of Ruin. Yeah, right? Maddening Cacophony, sure. Did they hit an Oracle? I don't think they did. It's kind of insane. Wait a minute. I'm 1 mana off of winning right now? That's crazy. So, if I could play the Unlife, play Spoils for a card that isn't my deck, then pay 1 mana for the Jace, I could win there. If I had kept the Angel's Grace, we would be able to win now. That's... I can see this deck actually being quite good. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying I can see it. Also, this has the line, if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it. So if they manage to mill us out and we go to our upkeep before we draw, we can just put in the Jace and go draw step and be like, lol. So that's phenomenally interesting. Yeah, this matchup, I think this matchup and Burn have to be generally very good for us. And then a lot of the control matchups are not so good. I do wonder if I should have had Pact of Negations in against the Grixis control deck, because if we resolve a Phyrexian Unlife, then we can just Pact wherever we want. If we... No, actually, that doesn't work with Unlife. It does work with Angel's Grace. It does not work with Unlife. Unlife only stops you from losing the game with 0 or less life. It does not stop you from losing the game in general. Visions. Is my graveyard big enough? Shit, it is. Okay. I'm not too worried about this, but... if for whatever reason they decide to field my Shelldock Isle, we're all of a sudden in a crappy spot, and if they surgical Thassa's Oracles, we'll be in a bad spot. On the flip side, they haven't milled any Thassa's Oracles yet, so... But on the flip side, they're about to mill 6 more, 12 more, and then possibly Archive Trap me after they force me to search. Also, they just flipped a Thassa's Oracle there. It's 1 Jace in my graveyard right now. Okay. So... there may be... So right now we have 2 Oracles, 1 Jace in our deck. Depending on how things shake out, we might have to spoil for something. For a win condition in response to them doing... Okay, I have 11 cards remaining in my deck. 1, 2... 2 Thassa's Oracles. So there's one Jace here, one Jace in exile. So I'm going to respond to this. Oh, no, this is just going to deck me out. Crap. And I can't win at instant speed anymore. Damn it. The Field of Ruin totally ate us alive, huh? I don't know if there's anything I can do about this anymore. I could spoil for... Oh, I could spoil for Angel's Grace if there's any left in my deck. No, yeah, no, I can, because I can do that during my upkeep. Okay, we might still get this. And I have the Oracle in my hand, so we should be all right here. Assuming there's one more Angel's Grace in my deck, and if there isn't, we're just toast. I think there is. I don't see that many in the graveyard. Oh, what? You monster! Oh, that's so not okay. Boo! Yeah, there were multiple Angel's Graces in my graveyard. They had the perfect draw. Like I can't really be mad about that. It just sucks to lose it in the moment like that. Name Abandoned Reason for the 0 cards in my deck. Wonderful. Man, we had so many good outs there, and they just crushed all of them. On the plus side, we get to bring in 4 Veil of Summers, so maybe this time. It was really unfortunate, too, like, the way that game worked out. Like, we don't search our library ever, so when they did finally field me, of course they had two archive traps. Like, that's just not surprising at all. I think we want the Pacts in rather than the Inverters. No, you haven't missed any Song of Creation yet. Can they beat Gideon? Maybe not. I didn't think of that. I'm such an idiot. Gideon has an emblem that says you can't lose the game as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker. Jesus, I am such an idiot. People this dumb shouldn't be allowed to stream. Or live, for that matter. Man, this hand sucks. I cut the Gideon because I'm like, he doesn't prevent any damage from their attacking creatures, and I'm not killing them with damage. What am I clowning at? Clown, clown, who are you clowning, clown, clown? Turns out the real clown all along was me. Okay. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be great. Yeah, I'm 100% sure I should have kept in the Gideons, but... oh well. Shad makes life too easy. Yeah, he's alright. Okay, so either of these does what I want right now, which is just play the Oracle. Last game we had such a good hand, we got completely shafted anyway. Like, it's such a morale breaker. Like, we had so many ways to win that, we just could not do it. Think I'm supposed to take the Angel's Grace? Yeah. There's a good chance they'll mill it off the top anyway. Hey, how's it going, Larynx Punchworthy? We're playing a deck with several ways to win the game. We haven't done it yet, but we have a lot of ways to win the game. We have a bunch of cards that say text on them, win the game. Why did you decide not to bottom both? So, Angel's Grace is an important combo piece. It also, if we have one in our hand, it has split second. So assuming that they deck us out, but we have a win condition in hand, it's a really good way to win the game. Because we can do, again, what I was planning to do last game, which I didn't realize until I needed to do it, and if I had done it before then, it would have been dangerous because we could have killed ourselves trying to do it, is that Angel's Grace stops build our own Chad. Yes, well, kind of. I mean, it's only for one turn, right? But, yes. Well, they milled 2 Angel Graces. That's actually okay, because there's a reasonable chance we don't actually need it. But there's the other thing of, like, it's so likely they're going to mill the top of my library anyway. It's like, I'm not upset that I lost the Angel's Grace. I would have liked it, but I also don't need to have it necessarily. I don't know. This all of a sudden doesn't feel like as good of a matchup, but it's only because we're drawing very poorly. Or this game we're drawing poorly, and the last game our opponent drew absolute nuts, right? They had Visions when we had exactly 20 cards in our graveyard. They had double Archive Trap. They had the Field of Ruin. Which I know, I think they played 4 copies of, but still. I lose to mill a lot, though. Do you not remember the... God damn it. Why would you Surgical Pact? Brutal. Oh. This is not fun. I'm not having a good time. Unlike you, Roybert, Larynx Punchworthy has consideration for the humans. God, now they know I have a Veil in my hand. It's so frustrating. Ah, everyone's playing peak effects. Oh yeah. Oh, they got another Field Ruin, because why wouldn't they have another Field Ruin? Maybe they'll mill me enough that I'll be able to cast my Wishclaw Talisman this time. We're down 2 Jaces and 2 Thassa's Oracles, because one of my Oracles is now in play. Peak is a modern staple, I know. Jeez! The card is not useful right now. Oh, that is adorable. Damn it, all those Rue emotes are way too freaking precious. Oh my god. No. I assume, like most super gigantic Twitch streamers, they're a variety streamer. Now you need a peak that has an emote on it. God damn it. Stop doing that, opponent. It does, that card on it was not even good. Card on it was not even good. So... I'm not upset, you're upset. 24-hour coverage of pandas at the zoo, sure. Great, now I can activate my Shelldock Isle. It's a real shame that I don't have one anymore. They have another surgical? They do not. Okay. Opponent's playing with fire. Okay, that is a good draw. Except that I don't have the Angel's Grace. So... okay. I need to nail the timing on our Veil of Summer here. We can Veil a Crab Trigger? I don't think that's the plan, but okay. That is a fact. You also mean 2 Crab Triggers plus all Crab Triggers for the remainder of the turn, right? Unless they can actually do them in response. Like, you say it as if it's something that's, like, not relevant, but it super duper is. It actually might be. I'm a prophet. What? Oh, opponent. What are you doing? This seems unsafe for you. You're not fielding? What are you doing? Drown the Oracle and play. So this means my Oracle only has 2 devotion? Okay, this is fine. So I guess they're saying they want to kill me next turn. That seems dangerous for you, opponent. Haha, surprise, land. You got me. So this is going to mill me for 6. So we'll be down to 7 cards in library. 6 after I draw. Then on their next turn, they put me on 0. So we need something here. That'll do it. That'll do it. Hold priority. Play Thassa's Oracle. Play spoils. Continue to hold priority. I can take 6. Don't worry, opponent. I can take the 6. I'm good. Abandon reason. Resolves? I'm the best. I'm the best. I did it. I did it. Alright, let's get these Gideons back in here. Stop being an idiot, Sam. Jesus fucking Christ. What were you thinking, sir? What were you thinking? Oh, and Pact and Gideon is a combo. Jeez Louise. Just moron-coated moron with moron topping. I feel like I could cut some Unlifes, if anything, or even some Teferis. Nah, Teferi's still good, but maybe some Unlifes. Just to have some selection. Because this doesn't help me against milling out. So this is actually like quite... This is a combo piece, but it's more expensive than Angel's Grace and it's worse than Gideon. One of Vantress Gargoyle. What are you talking about? You don't want them to have the playset of Jace's Phantasm? It's Phantasm-tastic. Oh, also, Roy, in the In the vein of incredibly sour drinks that I know you'd enjoy, I made something today which was from How to Drinks channel, but I'll get you the timestamp for it because it was really, really good, and I think you would appreciate it, and I can make it for you post-pandemic. Opponent says, I like your deck, lol. It's in the 5-0 dump, but it ain't mine. It do be sweet, though. Where is my history? There it is. There it is. It's sour and it's blue.
Like what I was going for here. This is NRG energy drink. It's blue. And when you put blue with raspberries, what you end up with is several versions of this trying to create a blue
That's a timestamp in the roughly correct position in the video. Okay, Urborg's good here. Won't have to take damage off my City of Brass. And we like that. So yeah, there's a video link, and that is the timestamp for approximately where he's talking about the drinking question. So I should have led on City of Brass because the Urborg, in theory, lets them tap their Vista without having to mill me immediately with it, but I'm not, you know. Cycle Visions will be on. Sweet. That is going to be very good with some of the other things we have going on. Oh, right. That does not prevent that card from dealing damage to me. Oh well. The big boy. The glimpse. Why? Why would you do it that way? I don't... What did you gain? Lime's greater than lemons? Yeah, I think most people agree with that. But if not, I think everyone should know my opinion is that yes, in fact, limes are the superior fruit. What if I played Teferi this turn? What are the odds I get milled for 31 next turn? Not too high. I don't have a win condition yet, but I guess if they get my library low enough, we can probably spoils for one if we're gambling on sort of average variance. Yeah. We did it. Do. Yeah, that's why I thought you'd like it, Roy, because I remember you enjoyed that drink, and I think this will do something similar for you. Oh, perfect. This is what we needed to hit here. And they theoretically cannot disrupt it. Yeah, the person's channel, How to Drink, he describes his appeal as being like cocktail porn, because they do the high def cameras, slow motion, and not that those are necessarily, but it's like the relation is to food porn. The idea of like really romanticizing, dramatizing, and making food look like way too appealing. Like, not more than it deserves, because obviously food is one of the great joys of life, but you know. Jase, sí. Me gusta el jase. Okay, I do still have a plains in my deck, which is very important if they field me here. Field the mine. Interesting choice. Oh yeah, he does like, I think he does like 25%, 10%. It probably depends on the video. Okay, so I can't currently Pact of Negation unless I put an Angel's Grace in my hand. If I put an Angel's Grace in my hand, though, I won't be able to afford to play Jace. So I'm just letting this resolve. I'm just trying to see if they milled me entirely out this turn. I would lose. I have 2 Angel's Grace, 3 Thassas. Okay, so Thassa's Oracles don't help me. Just the fact that I only have 2 Angels of Grace in my deck right now is not the best. I have Gideon in my hand, but I can't get him into play right now. Yeah, this turn is going to be super relevant. All right, no Angel's Graces got milled. Yeah, that was the one from before. Good. Okay, we have an out from here. I have to spoils for an Angel's Grace and not die. And as long as I get that, I think we win. Okay, so I went to 2. I have no library, but I have a plan. Hey, Roy, remember how you mentioned Gideon in the trials? Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Sorry. How'd the dwarves do last night? 2-3 with the second list handsome, but we did hit some mediocre variants. The Mardu vehicles list, which was not as dwarf focused, was a 1-4. Yeah, definitely. That deck was definitely at cross purposes with itself. Can we talk about how sweet this game is going to be if I win this? Oh crap, I can't get triple blue. Well, I guess it's up to Chad. Let's talk about tacos. I don't know why, but I thought I had an extra blue somewhere, but I do not. Oh yeah, bounce the prism. Okay, got it. That is a sick line. And that's actually coming up pretty close. We do have the Pact of Negation. So yeah, we have a path to victory, yeah. But also, I don't know, let's just get him dead. Well, it's not like I was going to give up because I still had a way to win. Like, I assume the amount of removal they have in right now is very low. And the removal that they have that can specifically kill this Planeswalker is also got to be incredibly low. Phyrexian Unlife can't help me on decking. The only thing that matters is I have this Pact as backup. So we should be able to win next turn. So we just need to survive one draw step from them. Crab, sure. Okay, they have one card in hand, so I can sack my Teferi, no problem. Damn it, they're gonna mill me for 3 again. We're getting milled so much. Excuse me, game? What is happening? What? Okay, good. Got it. Okay. Yay! We did it! I don't. There was something weird happening with the way my client was representing my mana. How did we win game 2? So I was at 20 cards in deck and I had 17 life, and they went to archive trap me. To insulate myself against Squat Chief was on Grixis control. To insulate myself against them milling me out that turn, I had to... Oh, also them milling too many of them. I had to spoils for Angel's Grace. And I hit it. I took 15 damage. I went to 2. And then they milled me out, and then I went upkeep, Angel's Grace, and then Oracle. I think that's how it went down. I think I actually didn't end up needing to do what I did, but I needed to do what I did in terms of being ahead of them. I'll mulligan this one. Well, the reason I'm a reasonable Ad Nauseam player is because for some reason I just get this deck. So playing it against it from the other side of the table, I usually do really well. Obviously, this one has a lot of new cards in it. But my record against Chris Flink in paper is ludicrously high. Ludicrously high. And he's a very good player of this deck, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know why, but for some reason I just have an affinity for it where like, I get the percentage lines where you're like, okay, I have these cards left in my deck, and this is the axis on which we're going to play this game, and I have to do this. How many times have I split with him in the last round? Mostly none. One time I conceded to him, but with the prize split, so that he would go to the top 8 because we thought he would have a better set of matchups. And then instead of any of the Titan players, he played against Mardu Stoneblade full of blood moons and died. But that's, that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, I think I ship Inverter with this hand. Because Gideon spoils is like most of a win. Maybe Shelldock Isle will give me what I need. Yes, it did. Okay. We do need to find double white. The color requirements in this deck are a little more ambitious than I remember Ad Nauseam being, but that's why attacking their mana was so good, is because not only did they need a chunk of mana, but they also okay, we're getting there. I guess I won't want to play it. So many Shelldock Isles. Do I want to tuck a... No, I just want to bottom both of these. But then I guess I don't want to play a Shelldock Isle this turn, but I definitely do because it ETB's tapped. Okay. All right, everyone remember how much fun this game was, because we might die right now. So I should have done those in the reverse order. I should have played the Shelldock Isle first and then played the Serum Visions. For some reason, my brain said, well, play your draw card first because then you might want to sequence a different land, but I wasn't properly thinking of Shelldock Isle being relevant. Again, Shelldock Isle is not a card these decks normally play, so I'm not upset with myself for like not getting it. Explorer, sure. Valakut, sure. No second omelet is nice. We need to find more black mana. On the plus side, we could end up dying without our opponent having an idea of what we're doing. So that can be good. We're getting Dryad here? Wild. No, they're going to get a Titan and somehow play it, aren't they? Azusa. Yeah, okay. 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 There it is. I was like... Did you die, opponent? Okay. I really want to spoils for like Gemstone Caverns or something. If we peel a white source, we win. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't play anything then. Okay, deck. Let's do it now. Bang. Bang, bang. Off the top, baby. Off the top. Oh, they have to pay for their pack next turn. So we probably have more time than it looks like. Okay, that helps. That helps. So we'll go Shelldock and then Oracle. See if we can set up a white source. Well, there's two white sources, but I can't keep either of them. I don't need any of these cards, but I guess I'll exile spoils. We have time, but I want my delayed gratification now. I guess I should keep the Serum Visions because it gives me multiple looks, or I could just bottom both of these. I'm going to keep the Serum Visions because there's a good chance they won't even be able to kill us the turn after this one, but we'll see. Pentad Prism wins. It would do, yeah. There wasn't a Prism there, was it? Am I an idiot? Did I miss something super, super, super obvious? Oh god, there's definitely a Titan this turn. Super duper. Oh, it's a Triad. Okay. With the Valakut. I wonder how dead I am. Probably not completely. Just mostly dead. Which is slightly alive. They've got 2 more land drops. Oh, they could also have a Titan. I don't think it was a Prism. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, maybe I'm just dead this turn. We'll find out if there's a Titan. If the last card in their hand is a Titan, they had Dryad, Titan, and Summoner's Pact in their hand. They literally drew a perfect mix of all of their best cards. Yes, they did. They drew an exactly perfect mix of all their best cards. Well, usually there's a Summoner's Pact involved, but they just straight up had the Titan. We were going to be able to set up for it the next turn. Oh well. We had a pretty okay hand, but we just didn't come together in time. Oh, this seems good. I think that's what I want. Maybe we'll just have an emergency pact. I don't think I want Solemnity in this matchup. I definitely don't want Wall of Shards. I'm sure you're just checking to know what they do. Wall of Shards is a snow creature, though, which is just... that's excellent. That is great to know. If the two would help together? I don't think so. Man, we cannot ever find openers with lands in this deck. Jeez. I mean, I have like, and I didn't board out any Serum Visions or anything silly like that. Okay. So we can do it this way. I think this deck is better than it's been showing off in these games. Like, we were very close to winning that one, and against the mill deck, we did manage to pull it out. So it seems very, very sweet. They kept their 7. Yikes. Well, let's hope that this is relevant. Damping Sphere does make it harder for us to combo off, but not as much as it does for them. Although they didn't have an omelet, so not feeling as good about this as I would like to. Of course. Why wouldn't they have that? Well, then again, we hit a blue source. We win the game. Seems fair. Seems fair. Especially if they destroy my damping sphere, we can hit a blue source and win the game. If they don't destroy it yet, we can't do it yet. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. What a good draw. What a phenomenally good card to draw. They should pop this in response, unfortunately. That's fine. Sure. So next turn, what? Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop! What is this? What the fuck? Oh, come on, man! What? Their last hand was so freaking good. What? All right, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. It's gonna be fine. They had the Garen break. Of course they had the Garen break. And they had the forest. Of course they had the forest. Yep. It's just... Why not? Why not? Oh, they going Squad Titan. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we're not losing particularly quickly. So we should have enough time to pull this out now. But I wouldn't put it past them to suddenly kill me for no good reason. Also, now they have more mana up, so they could have negates. They could go get a Pact of Negation. That can now attack me with 2 Titans. Or they could transmute for Dryad. Oh, they already have the Dryad. Of course they have the Dryad in their hand. Why would I think that they would have to use their Teleria West to transmute for a Summoner's Pact to get the Dryad when they could just have the Dryad? Now they can transmute for a second Titan. Second Titan's gonna come in and have haste, attack with 2 Titans, and take me from 20 to 0 with bolt triggers, then kill me with the attacking Titans. Because why not? Why not? So, depending on how all this goes down, we could spoils for Angel's Grace to survive the turn. And then they got Pact of Negation? Fuck you. Come on. They already had the second Titan in the hand. So they get to get Pact of Negation on top of everything. Ridiculous. I hate this stupid deck. Oh my god, I hate Titans so much. Yeah. They can literally kill me before the Titans hit me. And they have Pact of Negation to back it up. Alright, pack it in. We're done. I cannot believe that. That was just ridiculous. Plus having the negate. Unfreaking real. That's why I say I hate Titan. Because of those games plus the turn 2 kills. Freaking unacceptable. Punish for trying to have fun. Well, I am trying to have fun, but I'm playing what I do believe is a fairly reasonable deck. I am trying to learn this. I'm not jerking around with a bunch of jank here. I do legitimately think that this deck or the other version of post Simian Spirit Guide Ad Nauseum can be very, very good. I'm just not entirely sure everything's worked out. Like, their draw was completely obscene, though. They had the EE for my Damping Sphere. They had the negate for the Wishclaw Talisman. Their threat, like, their actual win the game package, on top of those other things that already happened, was, like, perfect. Like, I mean, and we had to mold a 5 that game. So, I mean... Interesting. How's the speed of this version? It's high. What you have to remember about Simian Spirit Guide was Spirit Guide was not in the deck to speed things. And this is one of the things that I had as a mental stumbling block when the ban came out and Ad Nauseum players were commenting on, oh no, my deck is gone. You know, rip Ad Nauseum whenever to 2021. Red Prison and Neoform. Blue Tron. Sure. Sorry, so Stumbling Block. So Stumbling Block on processing why the Ad Nauseam players were upset. And it's because when you were Ad Nauseam, you Ad Nauseam to pick up your deck, and you used to use Simian Spirit Guide to cast Lightning Storm to kill it at instant speed, or you could use the Simian Spirit Guides to cast a Pentad Prism, and use the Pentad Prism to cast a Thassa's Oracle. So that's why that was a thing. But the fastest kill lines in terms of mana efficiency from Ad Nauseam were Spoils of the Vault plus Thassa's Oracle, which was, you know, people didn't talk about it as much, but I really... Okay. Sorry. Just trying to parse this game while talking about an entirely different topic. Sure. So the fastest, most powerful lines in terms of mana efficiency out of Ad Nauseam didn't have anything to do with the Simian Spirit Guides. Jesus. Yeah. So I think these decks are fine. They're just different. Yeah. They get the coding. We can play the coding. Okay, so we have no mana now. Alright, just toast. Well, the original Ad Nauseam, though, also had issues with metagames, right? There are certain metagames where this deck is just flat bad. I don't know if this is one of the ones, or we're just hitting a bad chunk of variance, right? Like, we should have had a reasonable game against Titan in game 2 there, and we didn't, right? It happens. We don't actually know what kind of Tron we're against, but I'm guessing it's Blue Tron. Did anyone... What did they exile with their Gemstone? It doesn't tell you. Why does it not tell you? Damn game log. Oh, also, I noticed last night. Shit. I don't know why the game log doesn't tell you what they exile. Okay, so we want the Damning Spheres for sure. I'm not sure about Veil. It's fine. I think I'll just go with that for now. I just don't know if I need Pacts, and I don't know if I need Veils, and Veils against Blutron are like... Okay. That's a hand. So I don't need either of those under Shelldock. Do I want to draw either of these? I guess drawing Pentad Prism wouldn't be too bad. Next turn I'm going to play Teferi, though. The turn after I could play Inverter, but then I don't have a win condition yet. with the Inverter in my hand, I guess we go bottom, bottom. Then we play Shelldock and see if we can tuck a win condition. That's a win condition. All right. Looking all right. We get to play Teferi. I won't be able to play Inverter immediately afterwards. Well, that's fun. I have enough in my hand to win right now. Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, in the past week, I mean, I didn't read that many doom and gloom comments. I just saw people say rip ad nauseum. And without thinking about it, I guess I could agree with them. But when you do think about it, I think it is entirely possible that the deck is fine. And again, 2 different lists in the 5-0 that are what I will refer to as post-SSG ad nauseum. One of them's playing ad nauseum, this version isn't. But I think it could be totally fine. So, we'll see. I mean, I have the win here on turn 4, and I cast a Teferi on turn 3. That does not stop me. I'm literally going to untap and win unless they have... I don't think that stops me. Depends on what land they target. Shit. Spyglass is on the only thing it should be on. The only thing that makes any sense, and the reason that my Teferi is currently at 4 loyalty. Got him. Hey, opponent. Did you see this coming? If not, it means you've abandoned the reason. A woohoo! Burn the time with day. A woohoo! The hell did they target the plains for? They wanted to cut me off a color. They didn't realize, they don't know I have a Thassa's Oracle on my Shelldock Isle. They cut me off a color by doing that. I think it makes complete sense. I don't think they necessarily misplayed. I just think they weren't expecting to die. Okay. I feel like I want Pact on the draw. Also, did they again play no colored mana? Am I crazy? Play Mine, play Power Plant, Spyglass, Nattytron, Karn. Jesus. They've gone 2 games without playing a single colored mana source and without playing an Eldrazi. No, that's what I'm saying is like, I don't... what is happening? Yeah. Okay. I don't really want to cut mana. Cutting Wishclaw also seems bad. These Karns just seem like such a beating. Like, I don't want to keep inverters if my mana's gonna get shut down, but I don't. I think we got to do some trimming around the edges here. Did they play a Cavern that game? Sorry, I'm apparently way more tired than I thought I was. Tower. No, they died on their turn 3. Oh, they played the Cavern in game 1. Right. But that taps for every color and it doesn't, yeah. Yeah. But that makes me think blue, Tron. But it's also, with the metagame in such heavy flux, they could be playing anything. Like, they could be playing Dice Factory for all we know. It's not likely, with the way their draws have gone down, but... They literally just played Karn in game 1 and 2. Do you think it's bad Tron, which is blue Tron? Yes. Scourge et al. What? Wait, what's bad Tron if it's not blue Tron? So I've got to turn... 5-ish kill here. Probably not good enough. Scourge. Oh, you mean Serum Powder Eldrazi? I don't think that deck played I don't think that deck played maps. And they would have Serum Powdered once by now. I'm pretty sure it's Bluetron, and they just hit their 1-of Cavern in game 1. Yeah, we're mulling our 7. And we're mulling our 6. Sure. I mean, I'm inclined to think it's E-Tron just because of the spyglass that came down last game, but it's so hard. God, again. So I can Spoils for Angel's Grace and pact something if I need to, which is really not something I want to do here. Please don't Karn me again. It's not going super well, Alex, but I do think it's a good deck. Okay. Resolves. So it is E-Tron. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in this deck, Alex. Even though this league has not gone well, I think this and the other list both look like reasonable paths forward for Ad Nauseam. Though this is Ad Nauseam list Ad Nauseam. Fuck. Okay, I for whatever reason wasn't expecting Chalice. But have they played any Magic? Because most of the Ad Nauseam players I know just went, nope, it's dead, done. Or like they're playing lists that are, I don't know. There's not, I don't know, I guess they're saying not trying hard enough or whatever. It seems insensitive. That's gonna kill me really fast. Right, exactly, like... Okay. So if I find a Thassa's Oracle or a Jace... Oh, good for you, buddy. Okay. Gotta top deck it now. Gotta top deck the business. No, does it even matter? It doesn't even matter, huh? Oh god. We're just gonna die right now? Another Thought-Knot Seer? Yikes. Oh no. It's post-combat ballista. We're just as dead as we were. Super. Okay. So, rough games there. They had like lol turn 3 Tron without trying, no mulligans required. All right, so let's try to get a 2-3 here. But again, I have some serious promise. I have serious belief in this deck. Yeah, I mean, but that's me, right? Every time I play against Etron, they always have the nuts. So it's that's just par for the course, right? I can't even begin to try to be upset about it. Hey, Mr. Maple Syrup. Hope things are well in your neck of the woods. All right, what do you got? Humans? Giant. Mother trucker. God bless it. Well, I guess I will get good practice tonight trying to play Enigmatic against the non-stop bevy of Titans. Good God. Who's ready to die? Oh yeah, this is how it goes. This is how you die. Remember, folks, remember everyone. Turn 2 kills just don't happen so much. I've got it on good authority from the cabal of amulet players. Oh, Roy. They left the growth chamber in play, which is like slightly encouraging, but I don't think there's any way we escape from the death. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Literally dead on turn. Second growth chamber. Because why wouldn't they have a second growth chamber? Don't worry, guys. I have it on good authority. Turn 2 kills never happen. Turn 3, on the other hand. All the times. Oh, yeah. Dreadhorde in Legacy. That was one of those cards that, like, to me, just seemed like it was so fair that, like, how could that possibly be something that was ban-worthy? Which obviously it was, but, you know. I mean, I say obviously. I don't mean obviously. I mean, it was. But, all right. I'm not going to make them go through the motions. I know I'm dead. Dead on turn 3. Good old Modern. The turn 3 format. Okay. But in all actuality, I'm finding these inverters really bad. Every time we've had one in our hand, we haven't had any time to even try to cast it. So I'm not convinced that this version of this deck is the right way to go. The other one may, in fact, end up being better. But that's for the future to decide. Yeah. I mean, the problematic thing with Dreadhorde is you didn't need to pay any mana to play the spell. Inverters feel like dead weight. I agree with you. But, like, we haven't played against a single aggro deck or any kind of mid-range deck that isn't full of like discard encounters, right? Like Grixis Control was the nightmare hit for us. So if I go Wishclaw, Unlife, we can win on 4. Yeah. We'll need one more land, but I assume we'll hit it. The Unlife should give us enough time to do so. They kept their 7, by the way. Just if anyone was curious. Of course they had a 7 with Amulet and the Karoo. I know they play 4 Amulets. I know they play like 6 Karoos, but it's just like, ugh. Oh my god. Well, Manamorphose doesn't put you up on mana, right? Manamorphose is like Mishra's Bauble. You don't... Oh my god. Of course they're playing the Karn version. They didn't even use their Karn. Maybe they're just styling on me. Like, I ain't even need this. It's okay, we found spoils. So I just need to find a black or blue mana next turn. Of course, they're going to turn off one of my lands, most likely. But... Morphos to fix? I don't think you want to play Manamorphose to fix your mana. I think if you're playing Manamorphose to fix your mana, that's probably a big problem. I mean, maybe you're right, but I don't like. Then you're getting in Neobrand territory. I'm not about that life. What are you doing, opponent? They killed us with a 20 damage hit on turn 3 in game 1, Jiggy, and then they resolved turn 2 Karn in game 2. There's been so many Karns tonight, it's insane. Okay. I really don't know what they're doing. Oh, sure. Yeah. Puts no cards in their hand with Ancient Stirring. What are you doing? So I need to hit a blue or black here. Otherwise, can't do it. Rats. That is not useful. Jeez. Okay. So I'm playing this out and putting myself on a single gemstone counter because I want to incentivize them to... Yeah, they didn't play a Grazer in game 1 though. So did they? Maybe they did. No, they didn't. They just played double Amulet and just ate us alive on turn 3. So, but I don't know why my opponent is like flailing around. We should be dead by now already. Are they gonna put their EE on 3 to kill my Phyrexian Unlife? I guess that's problematic. Yeah, they're gonna put it on 3 and pop it, huh? Yeah, now we're just toast. Fuck. God damn it. They plus their Karn in the middle of the sequence for no. They pass with pushed off their mana. So they just put me again in a spot where I can suddenly win. Spoils for blue mana. That doesn't do it. Why do you hate me so much, deck? I'm so good to you. I'm so good to you. There's no, I can't do this. We can't. Okay. Spoils for city. We might have an out. What's our out, Wambo? I just got so choked on mana by them playing the freaking turn 2 Karn. It's just not. Urborg, Keck, wait. Thanks. Thank you. Super helpful. What? Yeah, Urborg doesn't do it, dude. We needed blue mana. Urborg is worth trying to remember in these situations, though. So now they're going to Titan? Okay. This opponent has been completely goofing around in this game, so I just need to see how entertaining it is that they will end up killing me. But maybe this deck needs a way to take Karn off the battlefield post-board. They're going Squad Titan. Okay, so they're not attacking. Are they gonna get Pact of Negation here? Oh, now they pop the... Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Doesn't do anything with their Karn. Just... No, and we're 1 mana off again. God bless it. Sure. What are you doing over there, opponent? You got another Titan? Okay. Remember, this is the same opponent who totally massacred us on turn 3 in game 1. Literally attacked for 20 with a Titan. I do not understand it. What is happening? Okay. Transmutes another Teferi West. Gets the Summoner's Pact, alright? Alright. This is Dryad? Okay, it's not gonna one-shot me. That's really all that matters at this point. Oh no, don't attack with the Grazer opponent. Big mistake. Oh, if there's double Valakut, we could die. They have double Valakut. Valakut and Bog. Wow, you got me. Sick technology. Alright, I'm officially F6'd because I can't die. Class our Blessed Alliance. Pew pew pew! Get wrecked, nerd! Declare blockers. Thanks, Mono. No, I'm good. I don't have any blockers to declare. And they can still easily wreck us here by just using Karn to go get Liquid Metal Coating. Okay, they're activating the Karn. They got the Liquid Metal. All right, maybe they'll target the wrong land. The last person did that. Okay, they play another land. They shoot me to 2. All right. Oh, do they have another land drop still? I bet they do. They probably have a million land drops. Nope. Okay. Maybe they'll target the wrong land. Yep. All right. Bang. Nope. All right. Just needed one more mana. There was like 3 turns there. Oh my god. Freaking Karn, man. Oh well. Nope. 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 Tap land. Oh my god. Alright, so 1 and 4. So I still think this deck is pretty damn good, but it definitely seems to have some structural flaws. I feel like you want 4 Serum Visions and some Sleight of Hands, most likely. I feel like the inverters are just bad. Maybe you could play them in a sideboard for games where you want more ways to win. Maybe you could shave on the Jaces, but I definitely felt like the vulnerability of this deck was like putting together an actual situation set up to win. It wasn't having win conditions, and it wasn't like speed. We had plenty of games where it's like turn 3, 4, even 5 in Modern will be fast enough sometimes to be ready to go off. But I just feel like in terms of what I want to do with it, it needs some tuning. And there's this version, which is playing, as I suggested, 6 cantrips. This one's playing 3 main deck Thoughtseize. So this one's ways to win are, as I suggested, like Thassa's Oracle only for the main deck. And the way you're going to win is with Phyrexian Unlife or Angel's Grace plus Ad Nauseam. So this is more mana demanding. This is more demanding on your mana. But they're playing Lotus Blooms and I don't know. It feels like this one will be more consistent at the cost of redundancy, but this, I don't know. And then it does have a sideboard plan into Lightning Storm. So what I assume you're supposed to do is if you're playing against a deck where you either might need to want to try to go off at instant speed or or you suspect your opponent has ways to take your Thassa's Oracles out of your deck, then you would bring in some combination of this stuff. The reason I didn't play this one first is parsing the sideboard is a lot more difficult here. This is a little bit closer to classic Ad Nauseam in terms of how many cards it's playing, whereas I assumed the Esper inversion deck was going to be better because it was a bigger change, which felt to me like probably what was necessary. Yeah, see you, Roy. Anywho, we're going to move on to Enigmatic Incarnation from the one and only Mordekaiser. Been having a lot of fun playing this deck earlier this week, and let's see if his newest version can keep things going.
Meanwhile,
so for everyone in the future who's watching the Esper Incarnation deck on YouTube, you can hit that like button, you can hit that subscribe button, you can check out other videos, and you can see me live on twitch.com/manasymbol most weeknights from 8 till late. Let's get some tunes going.
How many
There we go.